In the high mountains, where the air is thin and the world feels closer to the heavens, there exists a realm untouched by the chaos of human life. Here, where clouds brush the peaks and misty veils draped over the rugged terrain, nature's beauty is both serene and majestic. Amidst this grandeur lived a small, unremarkable sparrow. She was a tiny speck in the vastness of the mountains, often overlooked by the grandeur surrounding her. Her feathers were plain, blending seamlessly with the rocky landscape, but her soul belonged to the sky. She felt an unspoken connection to the boundless blue above. Each morning, as the first light of dawn kissed the mountaintops, she soared into the sky. Her flight was not just a means of travel but a celebration of her existence, a dance of joy and freedom. The wind was her dance partner, guiding her through the currents, while the sky was her endless stage, offering her the freedom to express her true self. From her vantage point, she watched the village below, feeling a sense of connection yet remaining apart. Her heart beat in time with the open air, a rhythm that only she could understand. While other sparrows were content with their simple lives, finding joy in the familiar and the known, she craved the sun's warmth and the silence at the world's edge. She yearned for something more, something beyond the ordinary. Her days were filled with the exhilaration of flight, chasing eagles and swirling through mountain passes. She reveled in the thrill of the chase, the rush of the wind against her feathers. In the sky there were no limits, only freedom. The vast expanse offered her endless possibilities, a canvas on which she painted her dreams with every beat of her wings. But she did not yet know that even the brightest life needs the lessons found in shadow. The mountains held secrets, and the shadows whispered truths that she had yet to discover. One afternoon, the sky darkened, rolling in with a fury she'd never known. The wind, once her friend, became a violent force, tossing her like a leaf. Rain lashed her, and thunder cracked the air. Lightning struck, pain seared her wing. Suddenly she was falling, the sky, now her enemy. The world spun and she crashed to earth beneath a solitary tree. The storm raged on, indifferent to her suffering. Her journey in the sky was over. A new, painful chapter was about to begin. The sparrow awoke to gentle sunlight, but her wing was broken, useless. She could not fly. Her world shrank to the ground beneath the tree. Days blurred together as she watched other birds soar, her heart heavy with loss. She mourned her wings, her purpose, her very identity. The sky mocked her with its unreachable beauty. She ignored the world at her feet, lost in grief. Every flutter above was a reminder of what she'd lost. Hope faded, replaced by a prison of sorrow. She was both prisoner and guard, unable to see beyond her pain. The earth felt foreign, her spirit dim. She believed her life was over. One quiet morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through the ancient branches, a wise old monk paused by her favorite tree. The air was still, but he sensed a heaviness, a sorrow that seemed to settle among the roots and leaves. He noticed the small sparrow at the base of the tree, her feathers ruffled, her eyes downcast. The monk, attuned to the subtle language of the world, felt her pain as if it were his own. He sat beside her in silence, offering the comfort of his presence. The sparrow, sensing his gentle spirit, began to pour out her grief. She spoke of her lost wings, the freedom she once knew, and the life that seemed to have vanished overnight. Her voice trembled with longing for the sky, for the wind beneath her feathers, for the songs she used to sing from the highest branches. The monk listened deeply, his eyes reflecting understanding rather than pity. He did not rush to fill the silence with empty words or false hope. Instead, he honored her pain, acknowledging the depth of her loss. After a long pause, he looked at her small, trembling feet, and spoke with a voice as soft as the morning breeze. When one path closes, another opens. Sometimes the journey we expect is not the one we are given. The heavens have taken your wings, but they have left you with your feet. Perhaps now you are meant to walk. Walk, and discover the world from a new perspective. There is beauty to be found, even here, on the ground. The sparrow was stunned. The idea of walking seemed almost absurd for a creature born to soar. She had always belonged to the sky, and the earth felt foreign, even hostile. How could she possibly trade the freedom of flight for the uncertainty of each step? Yet the monk's words lingered in the air, like a whisper carried on the wind. They wrapped around her heart, not as a command, but as an invitation, a gentle nudge toward possibilities she had never considered. The monk rose and walked away, leaving her with a choice. She could remain in her sorrow, clinging to memories of what was lost, or she could try something new, however strange or frightening it seemed. The idea felt almost cruel, as if the world was playing a trick on her. But as she watched the monk disappear into the morning light, a tiny seed of curiosity was planted in her heart. Could she really walk? Could there be a life for her beyond the sky? The question echoed in her mind, growing louder with each passing moment. She looked at her feet, uncertain but intrigued, and wondered what might happen if she took that first step. The answer, she realized, would change everything, not just for her, but for anyone who had ever lost something precious and wondered if they could begin again. The monk's words haunted her, and after days of resistance, she tried. Her first steps were clumsy and painful, her body unaccustomed to the ground. She stumbled, humiliated, longing for the sky. The world at her feet was overwhelming. Grass a jungle, twigs, obstacles. Vulnerable and exposed, she wanted to give up, but a stubborn ember inside pushed her forward. Then walk, the monk's voice urged in her memory. She rose, step by step, leaving the prison of her tree. She didn't know where she was going, only that she was moving. Each step was a victory over despair. She was not flying, but she was alive. The journey had begun. Days passed, and her steps grew steadier. Forced to look down, she discovered wonders she'd never seen from the sky. She marveled at dew-laced spiderwebs, vibrant wildflowers, and the determined march of ants. She met a wise turtle and a cheerful frog, each at home in their world. The earth, once a place of exile, revealed its abundance. Fallen seeds, tender roots, hidden grubs. She learned to find food and beauty in unexpected places. The ground was not just dirt, but a tapestry of life. She realized she'd missed so much by only looking up. The earth was generous, and she was learning to belong. With each discovery, her heart changed. The question, "Why me?" faded, replaced by quiet gratitude. She whispered thanks for sweet seeds, for the ant's determination, for the cool earth beneath her feet. She stopped comparing her new life to her old one. She found joy in walking, in the solid ground, in the gentle breeze. The world became a source of wonder, not pain. She let go of envy, finding peace in her own journey. Her identity was no longer tied to flight alone. She was part of a vast, beautiful world, above and below. Gratitude rekindled her spirit. Even the storm, she realized, had given her a new life. Weeks of walking healed her body and spirit. One morning, she felt warmth in her broken wing. Cautiously, she stretched it, no pain. Hope surged. She flapped her wings, feeling the rush of air. Her feet, now strong, lifted off the ground. She hovered, then flew, slowly, gratefully. She stayed low, seeing the world she'd come to know from above. The earth's secrets were now part of her. She flew with reverence, grateful for both sky and ground. Her wings were a gift, but her feet had been her teacher. She was whole, her soul mended by the journey. The little sparrow, after her long journey, finally found the old monk waiting beneath the ancient tree. She fluttered down, her heart full of gratitude, and chirped her thanks, her voice trembling with emotion. The monk looked at her with gentle eyes, understanding the weight of her journey and the courage it took to return. "You taught me to walk, and in walking I learned to fly again," she said softly. The monk's smile deepened, lines of wisdom creasing his face as he listened to the sparrow's story of struggle and hope. "You lost your wings to learn how to walk. Sometimes we must lose what we cherish most to discover strengths we never knew we had. In your fall, you found your feet, and with every step, you grew wiser and braver. And you walked to truly understand flight. Only by touching the earth, by feeling its weight and its warmth, could you appreciate the miracle of soaring above it. Your journey on the ground gave meaning to your wings." She realized then that her fall was not a punishment, but a lesson in humility and resilience. The earth had cradled her, teaching her patience and perseverance, and in that embrace, she found a new kind of strength. Darkness had taught her to appreciate the light, The cold nights and lonely days made the warmth of the sun feel even more precious. Every shadow she passed through made the dawn brighter and more beautiful. The struggle was not the end, but the beginning of wisdom. Each hardship was a teacher, each challenge a stepping stone. Through adversity, she discovered the depth of her spirit and the true meaning of courage. We all have wings, our dreams, our plans, the hopes that lift us above the ordinary. But sometimes, life's storms clip those wings, and we find ourselves grounded, forced to walk paths we never chose. Sometimes storms break us, grounding us in despair. The winds howl, the rain falls, and we wonder if we'll ever fly again. But it is in these moments of stillness, when we are closest to the earth, that we learn who we truly are. But life's challenges teach us to walk, to find new strength in our steps. Each day we move forward, even if slowly, we build resilience. We learn to trust ourselves, to believe that we can rise again. When we rise again, we fly higher, not because our wings are stronger but because our spirit is deeper. The lessons of the ground stay with us, giving us wisdom and compassion for others who are still learning to walk. Sometimes we must fall to truly rise. In every fall there is a hidden gift, a chance to grow, to change, and to discover the true power of our spirit. And when we finally take flight again, we do so with a heart full of gratitude and wings that remember the wisdom of the fall.